fly. I be rolling with you, mommy, I be feeling the motion. When I'm inside you, I be deep as the ocean. When it comes to your love, can't lie, it be strong as a potion. That's why me and you forever be coasting. Let's roll. Co-pilot on the passenger side, be so fly. Yeah, she so lit, we so high. Just me and my chick, yeah. Just me and my chick, yeah. Co-pilot.
Yo, what up, y'all? What's going on, man? Welcome to another one, man. We back. Sparking Conversation. I am your boy, Rod One, man. And I'm so thankful for y'all joining us right now, man. You know how we do, man. Each and every week, me and the crew, we get on here and we chop it up with some of the world's most interesting people. And like I say, I like to say the world. I know sometimes in a lot of the people that we have on, some of the things they go through, it might seem local. Or it might seem like it's just going on right there where they are. But when you find out that a lot of these stories that get told, you find out that it's these things affecting people everywhere. And you know, the funny thing about that, man, this is a thing that I say all the time. This is why I don't understand why in our culture that when they consider something a ghetto in every place, you know, I don't care where it is, up north, down south, east or west, no matter what is going on. You know, it's all the same. We all say similar experiences growing up. And it seemed like that would account for something, right? You know, when people go through things and you are, I guess you're just so used to it, right? They say that we get used to, you know, trauma. Trauma just becomes so normal for us, right? It's so normalized, like you go through so many things. And you know, so I'm just thankful that each and every week, yeah, all y'all that y'all do, y'all get on here and y'all listen to us, man, and y'all take this ride with us each and every week along with the guests and stuff like that. Y'all also support even after the show when it comes down to the clips we drop and everything. So thank you to y'all. I also want to say thank you to everybody that downloads the audio version of this podcast, man. I see y'all all the way out there on Spotify, on Apple Music, on Amazon, everywhere that you get your podcast. Thank y'all, man, because that means a lot. That even when you're not looking at us, y'all just listening to us out there. And I know that got something to do with all my giggers out there, my gig workers, my drivers. You know, that's dope that y'all guys take the time out to listen to us and check out the stories that we drop. Okay. So let's get into a couple of things, man, because I got a guest tonight. Y'all know how we like to bring y'all the real. Like I said, you know, we our own CNN, and this is what we're gonna do right here on Sparking Conversation. All right. You know, I have a young lady that's gonna be a guest on the show tonight, man. She's dealing with some things that's involving a child. Now, y'all know that on this platform it's a lot of things that we deal with when it comes to the moms and their children. In a lot of instances, you know, we have moms that deal with things that are their children are wrongfully accused of things, and they have to deal with how to, you know, prove that innocence of them. Then you have the moms that be on here who have lost a child. And then you have the moms on here who deal with things that all parents that worry about, that I mean definitely worry about when you send your children to school. Like you put your child in the safety or in the hands of people that you feel like is supposed to have your child's best interest at heart, especially when it comes to their safety. So tonight's show is going to be very interesting. We have a mom on, and she's going to tell us this story, and we're going to get into it. It's a video. It's really a big deal. You get what I'm saying? It's not something light, and I don't want it to be taken lightly. So we're going to have her come on in a minute. But here's the thing, y'all. I want y'all to think about what happened today. I know by the time some of y'all watch this playback, it won't be Tuesday. It won't be what today is. But think about what happened. I know everybody was up in arms earlier about social media. Well, not all social media, just Facebook and Instagram, right? The outage and everything that was going on. And it was so quick for the news to run with the whole thing. You know, propaganda, as I like to call it. You know, the cyber attack coming from China and Russia and all this other stuff like that. But you know, I don't know. I really don't know if people really understood what today was. I mean, today is what they call what Super Tuesday, when it has something to do with the election, right? And the votes and all that other thing that's going on today. And it just so happens that the biggest platform, the biggest platform of social media happened to be down because you know Facebook got about 1.5 billion, if I'm not mistaken, give or take a few. But they have that many, so they have more than everybody. So it doesn't matter what everybody say they use the most. Facebook still got more than y'all, right? And so it just conveniently happened today, so people couldn't talk about it. And they couldn't tweet about it, or I mean, well, they could tweet about it, but they couldn't post about it and all that other stuff. It just kind of make you think, right? It's easy for them to blame Russia and China right now because hey, ain't nobody over there. They don't have freedom of press and stuff like that over there, where people could just go out there and tell what's really going on the ground unless they from the U.S. But over here, we like they must think that we crazy, that we think that that's really the deal, and we can understand when somebody trying to pull a wool over our eye by now. I hope they don't understand that we do, man. We know that them guys over there ain't had nothing to do. Why? If they gonna do something, why? What the hell they gonna do with Facebook? Like, why does that matter to China or Russia about Facebook? Like, why is that important? If it's not have anything to do with what's more important to what is going on over here. So I don't know about y'all, man, but to me, it don't seem like it was an outside job. It don't seem like it was an outside attack. I'm gonna just leave it at that. And I want y'all to really just, pay attention, man, to things, man. You know what I mean? It's easy for them to blame and put this fear on us about other things and try to prove something that we know is not that, man. We know better than that, man. Like why all the other ones? And I wanted to make this one point too, how I wanted to do. I'm not gonna hold too much on this, but I want y'all to think about this, man. Like if they really gonna do a cyber attack, why wouldn't they do it on the platform that has the most freedom of speech, which is X, Twitter, or whatever you want to call it? Why wouldn't they shut that one down? It just make you think, man, if it really has something to do with somebody outside of here that did what they did today, also. Y'all just pay attention, man. It's a lot of distractions going on out there. Pay attention. Y'all know crypto going crazy out there. It's not financial advice, but pay attention. All right? Because some of y'all gonna be complaining about things. And this is another thing I like to tell y'all. You know what I mean? Like, listen, there's a way. There's a way for you to change your financial situation. There's a way for you to change exactly from where you are to be where you feel like you need to be and you're supposed to be. But it's up to you and the mindset that you choose to have, y'all. Other than that, I'm telling y'all, just pay attention, man. Follow the money for yourself. Don't go by nothing nobody say. Just use what your smartphone is for. I know some of y'all that got iPhones, y'all only got like maybe 5 or 10 minutes before your battery die. My bad. That's on y'all, right? It's cool though, but other than that, them 5, 10 minutes, man, do a couple of Googles, man, get it popping, all right? But look, so I'm gonna bring Meek up real quick, you know what I'm saying, before we bring our guest. Y'all know Illy gonna come on later. We're gonna have John jump on a little bit later too. John Barnett, he a friend to the show, man. Because we're gonna get into it tonight, man. It's a lot to say. It's a lot going on. And y'all know how I am about children, man. We protect children at all costs, man. Word. We protect children at all costs. And we don't allow people to paint the narrative that black men, especially black men, don't care about our children or care about children at all. But for them to say that about anybody, you know what I'm saying? So we're not going to do that. So let me get Meek on here real quick and see what's going on with her. Meek, what's good, y'all?
What's up, stupid?
Ain't nothing. How you, man? We in the building. It's
I'm
another week.
fine. I
Aight.
was better until you had to talk shit, but I'm good. I'm good. We got a
Hey,
good topic,
how
so I
you
ain't even
doing?
about to tear your head off.
Nah, don't do it because y'all know how iPhones are. I know y'all travel in packs, yo. Y'all like the beehive and stuff like that. Y'all like to tear people down, yo. But truth is the truth. So look, check this out. Y'all already know we got a few people that's going to jump on in a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But right now we got Stephanie in the building. She's going to come on, man, and she's going to talk. She's going to talk a little bit about what happened to her daughter. Now, we and you, we were talking about the video, right? Because we both seen the video, right?
Hmm.
And so why I feel like tonight's show is very important is because this is the thing about when you trust people with your children, right? And you have an expectation, right? For what these people say they supposed to be doing while they have your child.
Yeah,
So it's very important, man, that we get this message out. That's going to happen today, man, for real. Because we want all parents of everybody to start paying a little bit more attention. I know the way jobs are set up, sometimes parents are not allowed to be, right there at the bus stops and stuff when it's time to pick their kids up, right?
yeah,
But man, it just make you it make you wish, right, that you could figure out something financially, right, at some point where you can free up some time where you can be at point A and point B just for your children, right? Word. But so we got a guest tonight, right? We got Stephanie. She's gonna come on, and we're gonna get into her world, man, so she can get into this story, man, because this thing is affecting her daughter, and this is really a national story. It need to be national. I think everybody need to figure
Absolutely.
out what's going on here. What you say?
I say, oh, absolutely. It should be.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right, bet. So let's bring her on up real quick. Hey, what's going on, Steph? How you doing?
Hey y'all, how are you?
We good. We good. You sound a little low right now. Say something real quick.
What's going on?
All right, there you go. There you go. I will ask you what type of phone you got, but I don't want your people in the comments to get upset, y'all. We don't want
It's an iPhone.
Yeah, I know. I
It's an up-to-date one.
know. Oh, okay. Ah, yeah. Okay. But back. So listen. All right. So all of y'all that's watching tonight, y'all know the comments are wide open. If you're watching this right now on YouTube, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. We want to make sure that we get this message out, and we also want to make sure that then y'all be notified when we drop more content because we understand that each story helps the next person out. So every time we have somebody on and they get to tell their story, then it helps people to go check out all the other stories and it just keeps bringing traction to what we got going on. So yeah, so Steph, I just want you to do us a favor, man. Just introduce yourself to the audience and let them know a little bit about yourself and what's going on in your world.
Okay. I'm Stephanie Floyd McKinnis. I'm a mom of four, and I at the time of the incident, I was definitely at work. I was an MHT at a mental health hospital. Um, since then, since the incident, we transitioned to another county, so we no longer staying in the county where it took place, and I've been here in nursing school now, and I still have to, provide some aid for my daughter and making sure she getting everything that she need, and the others are getting everything that they need, and I get everything that I need. I often neglect myself, but that's what that's what it is. That's just what it is right now. Their dad, he's absent father, sadly, but gladly at the same time. So.
Okay. Well, a lot of times, I'd be reluctant to ask that question. I think for me being a man, a lot of times the stories we have on here, with the moms, because first of all, you moms, y'all go through the most and y'all the strongest. I'm gonna put that out there. I'm not going, try to sit up here in front and go through the whole ego thing. I'm just gonna be honest, y'all the strongest. Y'all go through the most. The only
We
thing,
strong together. That's what I want to tell you. We strong together.
yeah,
We put up a front a lot of times, but together, men and women, our partners, we're stronger with our partners.
exactly. That's exactly what I was getting ready to say. So you already know the vibe because I was just getting ready to say that. That's why I'd be reluctant to ask that because a lot of times when there are men are not involved, sometimes it takes a little dive off into the story of why. And that's not really important. I just want to know if they are or not because I need to hear sometimes from them because I think things be different when it comes from the vibrato of a man. So that's just why I said that. But look, let's talk a little bit about your daughter. So tell everybody your daughter's name and let's get into what happened.
My daughter Eliza, at the time she was 8 of the incident. She's now 9, and she's honestly, start off by saying how sweet she is. My baby is so sweet, and she will do anything to help anybody. Her love language is touch. Excuse me. She like to touch. She like to help any kind of. She will come to your house if she sees something out of order. She will fix it. She don't even ask you or nothing. Like she was like, "Let me help you with that." Like that's how sweet she is. For them to have sat there or and did that to her, it sent me in rage. I really wish I was there. I wish I was there, and it hurts like because my daughter like she go through so much and she's been through so much, but on top of this, it's like the icing on the cake for her, and she's really kind of suffering in silence because now when she talks to people she can't express herself without crying. And then she whispers, and people that don't know her story, they are so mean to her. They are so mean to her. Like, they yell at her. I'm like, can y'all not see this as a child? And obviously that's a problem. And you're not even trying to understand her before you start yelling at her and telling her this, or she needs to speak up. You're just chastising her without even, getting to know her.
Yeah, and I wanted to say that too, yo. Like, well, just from watching the video, we could tell that she, like she really don't really take no junk either. Like, I don't. I think it's a thing where she, I guess like anybody, they have, when they get to a certain point where this is not what it is, they just gonna express it. This ain't
Okay.
what it is, right? So,
Yeah.
Meek, I want you to let's talk a little bit about so from your angle of the video, Meek, when you saw it, what was your opinion, your first reaction off of when you saw the video?
I was I was baffled because obviously we don't see what's before, but from what I see, like they're chastising her. It's like, why are they yelling at her? Like that was the first thing I noticed was they yelling. And then the second thing that I noticed was the lady, the monitor, the bus monitor.
Right.
I I was floored by the whole video. I couldn't understand why they went to that level, especially considering she was such a small child. It's not like they were talking to a high school student. It's not like this was the city bus and that was an adult. Like it was a child and it should have never even gotten to that level. Like that's I feel like it escalated way too fast. And I feel like they did not take it as if they were talking to a child.
That just woke up,
Yeah.
confused.
Confused, had no idea what was going on. It passed her stop. She wakes up and she's like, this is not, I'm already past where I'm supposed to be. So she's confused and they're telling her, get off, get off, get off. And she's like, no, there's a dog. Like, there's this. Like, no, I'm not getting off.
Yeah.
You're not going to make me get off here.
Right.
And that was, I thought that was going to be the worst until they closed her arm in the door. And I was like, wait a minute. Like,
And the
it
remarks.
just kept getting worse and worse. Like it was a fire. It was a dumpster fire. It
Listen,
was horrible.
this the thing, yo. The only reason why I can't give the adults on their pass because it's a couple of things, right? Number one, it's not like she don't ride the bus on the normal. They know that's her stop. Whether she sleep or not, as the bus aide or whatever, she should have
Exactly.
woke her up when we got to a stop. He automatically should have stopped at her stop knowing that she was on there. So that should alerted everybody that's an adult on there. Oh, yo, she back. Where she at? Oh, she sleep. Yo, wake her
Mhm.
up because this is her stop.
Right.
And then
Yes.
give her a moment, get herself together, and she would have got right on off. But the
Mhm.
fact that they just kept going and then gonna tell her to walk back, and then she like it's a dog. They like, yo, it's no dog. But like I told you, Meek, but damn, what if it might not be no dog right there, but what if it's one in between from where she
She
was?
knows. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like obviously she was trying to let y'all know, like, yo, listen, this ain't it for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
This ain't it. And she young. She not
But
even a
she knew.
preteen. You know what I'm saying? Like, and she know better. That's what I'm talking about. And she a little girl. So I want us to talk. Like, so Stephanie, I understand. Like you said, you're a mom. You got to work. You just can't be everywhere at all times. I know if you could, you would, but you can't, and that's none of us, right? At that moment. But I know the emotion earlier that you said was enraged. But when at what point did you see the video though? Because were you enraged, like you said, just based off of the story that was told to you? Were you called? Did she call you
Um,
when she got in the house? Or how did you initially get the information of what happened to her?
okay. The news wasn't told to me until I got off from work, which is 9 o'clock at night. And my daughters told me. And then the grandma, my mom, their grandma, came in and she was talking on it, and she had took pictures and she had her iced up and bandaged up. And I took her to the doctor the next day. I took her to doctor's care. Then we ended up seeing her PCP, and then we ended up seeing a specialist, two specialists, because the first one wasn't saying anything I wanted to hear. He just saw her for 5 minutes, told her to bend her arm, and he touched the arm and did the X-ray and said it's not broken, and that was that. So um, I needed him to, look into it further. Even if it's not broken, it's bruised. You could see the bruise. You could see the lumps from the door print in her arm, and you can see what you cannot see is the nerve damage, and I wanted him to check that, and he would not. So we moved on to the next specialist, who was more leniency towards her, and very nice people, very nice people. They also got her into physical therapy for her arm. She also is undergoing counseling for PTSD and anxiety. So
Wow.
um, it's a lot. Yeah.
See, that's the thing about, that's why I say protect children at all costs, right? And as an adult, you know what I mean? Like, it's no excuse for them on that bus for what happened to her.
Right.
And then some of the commentary that was said. All right, bet. So hold on before we get into that, 'cause that's a whole nother thing. I want people to make sure, man, y'all go check out the video. All right. So before the show is over, we're gonna make sure that y'all could go. The video is on her page, is on my page. I think you guys, I think it's on yours. And so, I want you guys to go check it out. We wanted to make sure we give her all this time tonight. You know what I'm saying? So um let me ask you this. When did you see the video?
Oh yeah, you did say that. I'm sorry. I initially saw the video at the school. The school couldn't notify me because it was Friday going into the weekend, and they had not reported the incident. So I had to go through Facebook Messenger to reach out to a person that used to work for Horry County Transportation, which I didn't know at the time. I thought they
Right.
were definitely the manager, but I wrote them up there stating what happened, and they got back to me as soon as they could, and the rest went from there. And Monday, they called me up and said, "Oh, you're going to be mad. You're going to be pissed. I already know." Both of the principals, the assistant and the principal was there, and they were like, "Yeah, I'm mad for you, and I'm sorry that this happened to your daughter. And if whatever you want to do, I'm right behind you." That's what they said to me.
Wow. And so from that step allowed them to show you the video. They showed you that same day that they had this conversation with you, right?
hmm
Okay,
Now,
bet.
given the whole video that I have in my possession, I didn't get that to 4 months after the incident.
Oh, so they only gave you it immediately showed you just the snippet or just
The school,
that
but
part?
the school district released that video, the actual video, to me 4 months later, or to my lawyer 4 months later.
Gotcha. Wow. And I'm sure that made things even worse, you
Yeah, I
know.
was frustrated and I was over it. I was like, I felt like they was trying to cover up something, and it just wasn't right. If I requested a video and I did my paperwork for it, why not give it to me, But whatever their reason is, I'm glad I
So,
got it now.
what did they give you that day? What happened that day when they had this conversation with you at the school? Did,
Mhm.
did they didn't let you see no video or nothing that
No,
day?
I did see the video, but they wouldn't allow me to record it
Oh
or
gosh,
have. Yeah, yeah.
now that's unfortunate. Like, why wouldn't they? I don't get that.
I don't get it either.
Mm. Especially if they already prepped you before you saw it to let you know you was going to be mad, and then said they was going to do everything they could to stand behind you. Then that was one of the things they could have helped stand behind you. Yo, here go the video right here. Like, what we doing? But you said the school district wound up giving it to you.
Yeah, wound up giving it to my
Your lawyer.
previous lawyer. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you said previous lawyer. So you have a new lawyer on it now?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So do you care you wanna talk about that? You wanna talk about how, that happened, that transpired? Why would you what happened with the first lawyer?
The first lawyer, for whatever reason, he's not saying, did not want to represent me any further after I did the press conference with Mr. John Barnett. When I mentioned Mr. John Barnett and that he's a civil rights activist, he immediately said he declined, because I asked him to sit down and meet with me and Mr. John Barnett, and he immediately declined. Like his his tone and his voice changed, and he wasn't like willing to meet with us. So, and that's when he said, as of now, I'm not able to represent you and your daughter any longer. So,
Yikes. So,
he followed that with
so
an email as well.
oh, he followed that up with an email. Oh, so he didn't even tell y'all this. He sent that in an email.
Yeah, he told me verbally and then followed up with an email afterwards.
Oh wow. So yeah, hey, yo, listen, when a person know that they underhanded, they gonna do what they can to get out of the way because he must have. I guess whenever you said that, it made things a whole lot different
Yeah,
because you hear about these people in these places all working together. They all be in cahoots.
right. I'm sorry. Just need to go on do not disturb.
Oh no, it's cool. So yeah, we know that these people in these places they all work together. They may act like they working for your best interest, but they not. They all friends. They all go to country club together and eat. So yeah,
He did say that he said that if I needed anything, he would be willing to, lend me a hand if he could, or he could refer me out. He also did turn over the files that he did accumulate and more. So I don't know if he was scared out of it, I don't know if his job was threatened or what was the case, but I didn't like the fact that he dismissed me very quickly after I mentioned the civil rights activist and that I had a press conference. So, and
right.
then he didn't give an explanation as to why. He just did it.
And but we could pretty much tell why though. You know what I mean? Like we could pretty much tell why. It's because it take the what y'all are doing is the steps that a lot of us don't know when it comes to getting an awareness out. You know how many times that people might watch something like this on Law and Order, but not think that in real life they could have a real press conference about something that happened to them in real life,
Yeah.
and how it that's what gets the traction going, and that's what gets the word out. And that's part of it. So Illy, what's up, bro? How you doing, man?
Hey, doing good, man. Good, glad to be here. Um, I'll chime in as soon as I can.
Oh yeah, no, no, no. But listen, you already know the vibe. We sent the video, so you've seen it already. What happened with the on the bus with that, and that's what we're talking about. Like right now we at the point where hey, whenever I looked at the video, I know it wasn't my child, but I know how it made me feel watching him drive with her arm in the door.
Hmm.
See, it would have been it would have turned out a whole different scenario had that happened. If that was, oh man, I'm not even going to put that out here online like this and get into that bag. But the
Let's talk
enragement,
about it, because if it was the other way around, let's
now
talk about
I'm just saying, like, yo, dead serious, like that ass. Like, if it was me on the other hand, or I had something to be in that space, yo, son would have been all kinds of stuff happening.
right.
Like everybody would have ate that. Even Shorty on the bus, her too. You know what I'm saying? Not physically or nothing like that, but she would have ate that, yo. Like people would not have been able to be. It would have been no peace for nobody for doing that to my daughter. I don't care what nobody says. She's supposed to pop shit, especially if she's somewhere that she don't that she know that she's not supposed to be. We don't know the instruction that was given. I know growing up, it was certain instructions that was given to me from bus or from not bus because we didn't we didn't if we rode the bus where I'm from they thought you had a helmet in your book bag. I'm gonna be honest with you, so we walked, but like it was still instructions from wherever school to home. This was the routine every day. You don't do this for nobody else. I don't care what you say. You don't let nobody in. You do all these other rules that we had. So she a girl, we don't know what kind of rules you set in place, and she was following them rules. But Kev, you as a dad, you talk to me, son. That was your daughter, cause you have a daughter. So talk to me, son. That was you. Well, what's going on? First of all, hold on. Before you do that, tell us what your thought was on the video. First of all, before we get
I,
into that.
man, listen, that's one thing I'm trying to like, you know, I have a young daughter, man. So just the fact that a grown up could do that to somebody's kid, and for any reason think that this is okay or justified is beyond me. The fact that this person is still walking around is beyond me. I guess I'm just trying. That's why I'm trying to process it because I don't want to say nothing too crazy online, and then we be
Yeah,
we trying to
definitely.
shut us down. But
But
it's
you
just,
know, what you think, God?
I mean, it's disgusting, man. It's disgusting, and it's like I don't know how many times we have to see things like this happen before we rise up and we protect our children, we protect our women, we protect ourselves. Because it's clear that they feel like it's open season on us, that they can treat us like second-rate citizens and just get away with it, or get us slap on the wrist. Like, nah, if the shoe was on the other foot, like, you know, we watched that video probably 10 years ago where the girl spit on the bus driver. It was a black lady. She spit on the bus driver, hit her with that uppercut.
Yeah,
And, you know, we all laughed about it. You going to jail now? Like, it was like a funny thing. People try to laugh, but it's like, yo, that's somebody's daughter who just got hit with an uppercut. Like, you could
right.
tell dude used to box by the way that he turned and hit her. And she flew off the bus. And we laughed at it. And it's like, yo, that's not funny. Like, we have to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I understand that there was a level of disrespect, but when you are in a public position, you have to have a level of professionalism, and there's training for things like this. When something escalates, you shouldn't have to get physical. You shouldn't trap a person's arm in the door and drive up the road. You know, you as the adult need to be in control of the situation. You as a person who is a employee of the city, of the state, you know, even if I go into Walmart and I start acting out, they have protocols in place. A person shouldn't be like, oh, I'm about to just get ignorant. No, you need to follow your protocols that are in place because that protects you and it protects the company.
True.
You know, because that's, you know, that's the thing. And anytime that you learn about conflict resolution, if one person is elevating, you go down. You don't try to match energy, especially with a kid. Why are you trying to
Right,
match energy with a child?
right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing.
Good though.
I don't like people talking to my children. If my child has done something, you as an adult come to me as an adult. But these days of, oh, I'm just gonna just take my own action, take my own justice, not with my children. Not with my children.
I
I
feel
be
you.
up at school. You're not about to sit here and treat my children any type of way. You're damn sure not about to give someone else privilege over them. And just because you are in a position, you know, if you're a teacher, you're supposed to teach. And if there's something that you're failing to do within that classroom, you can't be mad at my child because of what you have going on in your personal life. Nah, you
Yeah,
know, same thing
that
with this
don't go
bus driver.
together.
Clearly, this guy had a screw loose. It was something that this person's going through that they thought, not only can I do this, I know there's a camera up here, and I don't care. You know, what are they gonna do? Suspend me for 2 weeks?
Yeah,
Brother,
yeah.
you picking
You're
out
not.
your
Then he says at the end, he
Listen,
says serves her right or
serves you
something.
right. But look, we gonna
It's
get
like,
into
what?
And the things we have to deal with. That's what he said.
yeah.
Yeah.
that's privilege. That's this privilege that he's holding on to. But like, brother, like, listen, you could be picking out your plot. Your family could be planning your funeral because you can't play with everybody's kids.
Nah,
You
at
can't.
all.
You
And
can't. And
and
it's
you know
not
what
just
I
enough for you to lose your job.
nah, and you know what I was gonna say, Cav? That's what I wish. You know, sometimes, you know, because of what she said her daughter is going through now, you know, she got PTSD, anxiety, right? Based on this scenario that happened. Because a person literally, a grown man literally, you know what I'm saying? Drove her arm down the street. You know, drove a bus with her in the bus with her arm in it, right? But let me tell you this, man. Sometimes I wish, right, that these people that go through this, these young kids, they can experience what it's like to have an active male in their life. You know what I mean? Not just somebody who's dead. You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about an active one in their life. You know what I'm saying? That they could get that understanding of what it's like to be protected. because that's where that PTSD is allowed to sit in at, because you keep thinking about what happened, and what happened is by a grown man. She's a little girl. This happened by a grown man, while another grown up was standing there watching it happen. You know what I mean? So look, I'm wish that these children can experience that, where they can experience where there's a man in there that can really, you know what I'm saying, come in and show them what it's like to be protected. Like, nah, this ain't just gonna happen. You don't have to run around in fear because something like this happened. I'm gonna come through, because this is what I want to talk about next. His charges was dropped, even though this thing, they had a video, yo. Did y'all know that? Yeah, facts.
No, I don't think the judge saw the video. I think that it was made just off of just didn't care. They didn't care because it's a black girl. And what he said is, I lied, and my daughter's arm didn't get squished in the door. And some other stuff he probably told the solicitor, the prejudice one. I ain't gonna say his name behind that, but he's a solicitor of South Carolina.
Right.
But I just think that they wasn't thinking. I really think it was a race card right there. That's where the racism came in at, because they didn't care because it was a black little girl. If it had been a white little girl, that man probably wouldn't have had no bond. Okay.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have felt comfortable doing something like that to a little white girl.
Mhm.
The
Right.
second that, if he even attempted to close the door on her and she said, my arm is in here, he would have released, you would have heard him frantically tapping to try to open the door. He would have got up, he would have tried to pull it open, because there's not a level of respect for this skin that we have. There's not a level of respect for it. Hence the serves you right comment. See what I got to go through? You're a bus driver, bro.
Yeah.
You drive a route. People are gonna have opinions. What you mean? What you got to go through?
Yeah, like,
The ignorance is coming from you, the grown up,
right.
and then the lady that stood up and is kind of like basically having your back. Like, do you not realize the color of your skin? Because it could be you. It could be your child that's being out here treated this way, and you just sit up here and like, well, this is my colleague, so I'm gonna back my. No, don't back your colleague. Like I said before, and I was scrutinized for. I was raised right from wrong, not white from wrong. Okay,
Hey, yo, I'm gonna
That's
be honest.
right. That's right.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. We try to put ourselves in a position to progress, right, as a people. They always thinking that we throw the race card out there for no reason. Like, it's just something that we just easily fall back on, right? A scapegoat for us to say, like, yo, that's just what happened to our children. This things that's going on, this race, da 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 da. But they forget that it happens from all skin colors. Like, it don't matter, yo. Like, we can't even look at black and white people eating separately or the same, because technically, if that would have happened to any child, yo, fam should have went to sleep. Like, we gotta come to a point where we gotta draw the line on where we are allowed to just accept, period. Like, no child should have been drugged down the street with their arm in the door of a school bus, yo. And we want to be completely clear too. I know, a lot of people like to go out there and talk that crazy, they be up here talking about where she was, I read the comments. The comments wasn't friendly. The comments of this video was not friendly. Some of it I had to stop at a certain point. I don't understand what people know if from a person that has an attitude, or if a person is trying to defend themselves. What does that look like?
People, when you could do this and you can post because you're hiding your face, or you're in a little chat room and people get Twitter fingers and they say, I guess what their true innermost thoughts are. But people are not going to come into a forum with grown men like you and myself, grown women like you two ladies here, and tell us that what that bus driver did is justified. No, stand
was
up in
ignorant.
front of me and tell me that you feel like what this grown man did to a child is justified.
Nah, they ain't gonna do that.
They're not going
But
to do that because
yo,
it exposes their ignorance. And people want to be ignorant, and they want to be ignorant and support it. Hence, our former president, who might be our president again. People like ignorance, man. Like it's the craziest thing. Make sure y'all voted today. The polls are still open, by the way.
yeah, and I got into a little bit of that earlier about why Facebook and stuff was shut down, so people wouldn't know that they need to go out there just in case they wasn't reminded.
Right.
But yeah, but to be honest with you, we got to think about it from this standpoint because y'all make a good point. So at Stephanie, at what part did you? Okay, so we know that the video is always going to be like we would think that having something on video is a slam dunk nowadays, right? To prove exactly what was going on, to where like yo, this should be open and dry. But for him to go through what he go through, and then for the charges to drop, what was going through your mind at that time? Like, how did you get the news on that?
Initially, when it happened, I did talk to a news reporter. She came out to the house and she was talking to the kids in the neighborhood, well, the families in the neighborhood, and she also stopped and talked to me. But I didn't see that get aired, but apparently it was aired. She sent me the link on it, and then from there she actually followed up with me because when I did that press conference with her, I was on the verge of getting a lawyer. And then after I did it with her, I got a lawyer. And then he immediately told me not to talk to the press and that he needed the reporter contact and told her not to talk to me and not to contact me again. He did not want the kind of attention or spotlight or whatever. I don't know. But he was like, no, just stay away from the media. Do not put this on social media or nothing like that. I felt like this lawyer was not doing all he could do, but I think that was just me being impatient because he came through with a lot of info after he dropped me. But I didn't know that he was getting the information, So
Right.
Yeah.
after, uh-huh.
No, you go ahead. I'm sorry.
After after he told me not to post on social media, after the charges had been dropped and he failed to inform me, I went to social media immediately. I
Mm-hmm.
post my daughter's story. I got the word out there. Everybody must know that this is what's going on. And I wanted to find out who was behind it. I found out who was behind it and what type of person it is. And it was just awful. I felt like, okay, I got to get somebody else. I got to get somebody else. This guy is not doing what I need him to do. So that's when my sister introduced me to, well, she didn't introduce me. She told me to go on somebody else's page, Facebook page, and there's this guy named John Barnett. And then that's how I came to, link with John Barnett. And he's been on me about everything. Like he's had my back with everything so far. He has not failed me. Thank God for this man and his voice. But yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He had me on the call with y'all, and I was just like, okay, wow. He was like, soon as he got on it, and I got on the call with y'all, and then even there, before I even saw the video, it had me in a chokehold because I just kept thinking, like, how old is she? And what happened? Like, yo, and it's just like, it just instant rage comes up, right? Whenever you think about something like that that's happening to, and then let's think about in some of the, because I know somebody in the comments said something about how things happen in these counties, right? And so it's a lot of things that happen to these kids that that a lot of people don't know because they don't get this type of traction. But the one thing about John, man, and the things that go on, I know sometimes he be saying to me he wish he could be in 1,000 places at the same time because he would. But the one thing about it though is that he will stand in front of all of y'all. It don't matter. He's not a person that's just for one particular gender. He stands in front of men and women and children alike. And you gotta kind of give that type of person their flowers when they can, because there's not many people who gonna stand for you. Especially when you're going through things like this that could be considered the worst.
Yeah.
And let's be honest. yeah, you know, things that happen to your children, that it could be considered the worst at times. Even though you know you ain't, it ain't you that, you know, you ain't stub your toe that morning, but you know, just something happening to your children and give you the same effect. You go right into automatic war mode over your children. Word.
What I was
But
gonna oh, go ahead.
go ahead, Kev.
What I was gonna say earlier, as you were talking about the initial attorney and kind of how he wanted to kind of just hush it, so that way he can do his due diligence. A lot of times it's easy to sweep something under the rug if there's no attention on it. You know, so it's like, oh, you know, it didn't hit media. There's no one clamoring in the streets. There's no petitions. There's nothing that's going to keep this flame going. Let's just wait it out. You know, because unfortunately, you know, the both sides of the law, they know each other. So the prosecutor, the defending attorney, they know each other. They've been in court together. They went to school together. They go to lunch together. You know, they may have aspirations to be a judge. They know the judge. You know, they know that they're going to need the backing of the police department, so they may not want to go against the police department. There's all this. There's the inner workings, and it's funny because we watch all of these TV shows, and then you start seeing how intertwined these people are. Chicago Law, Chicago Fire, Chicago Police or PD, whatever it is. And you see how they can do these crossover episodes because things are intertwined.
Yeah.
These people are intertwined. And if you're in a small county, you know, maybe there's only a handful. So they're like, oh yeah, John has this case. I don't want to stir up anything for John. Let me just try to get this, you know, let's just try to get this, you know, settled, because they'll have a cocktail and say, hey, what do you want to do? You just want to, let's just slap this guy on the wrist and get it over with. I'll go tell my client, or, you know, they'll probably forget about it if we just, you know, we just give it some time. But they don't think that people are going to continue to push, continue to march, continue to seek justice. And that's where people go wrong, because I know someone in the chat said something about violence, and I initially get angry. And when you're angry, the first thing that you think is you want to physically harm someone the way that you or your child was physically harmed.
Yeah.
And then calmer heads prevail. Sir, the best way I could hurt you is to get your job taken from you, because this is how you provide for yourself and your family. Beyond that, this is a criminal act. So now I need to get charges pressed on you. So that way, not only did you lose your job, now you have a criminal record, and hopefully jail time comes behind this, because then now you're a felon. Because you thought that your actions were acceptable because you live in a small town and you have the backing of your coworker right here, and you thought that you had a child whose parent was not going to be involved. You thought this was going to be just a little incident. Oh, it wasn't that bad. Sir, you don't get to decide that. You know what I'm saying? Every time that this young lady hears a door close, or me, I was terrified. You know those little doors that do this? You got to walk in and push.
Yeah.
I was terrified to go on one of those because I saw someone get their arm stuck. I was terrified. To this day, I don't walk through them if I don't have to. So it scars you. And PTSD is real. It's not just for people in the military. When something traumatic happens to you, your body has a response. And as a child, we send our kids to these schools. We're trusting these teachers. We're trusting the security guard, the principal. We're trusting the bus driver, the lunch lady. We're trusting everyone who interacts with our child to protect our child. Because as they say, it takes a village. So we're trusting people to be members of society who are contributing to the betterment of our children. We're trusting that. You have our kids 8 hours during the day, you know, and we're trusting that you are going to do the right thing by them. So that's the thing. But you know,
we like you said, it's a trust thing. We trusting you to do the right thing. Now, hold on. This is one of these comments was very interesting. It was I think it's your grandmother, so Latrina Graham.
My mom.
So,
Hey, Mom.
yeah, so she was like, yo, by the time she got to the bus stop, her grandbaby was running up to her crying. And then they were just pulling off, and she was like, yo, I only wish I could have got there, you know, right when that, you know, before he was able to pull off, because it probably would have been a whole different story. You know what I mean? That would have happened at that moment. But you know, the worst part about that, y'all, is like all the things that happen to our children that we can't see. So that's what I wanted to say. Like, you know, we gotta do stuff like so when it comes to people like John and stuff like that, why I say it's so important because we gotta do something. Because we as men, we gotta find our voice in this community at some type of way, yo. We can't be sitting up here playing the roles of you know what they say, alpha male. You can't play no role or nothing with a title if you call yourself that and not be for the
And not
community.
stand on business. Yeah.
Not stand on business, y'all. Like look,
Mhm.
like King Harris say, yo, you gotta stand on business for real. And that's the number one goal for us, man. And that's why this platform is important because that's what I want people to do. I want people to understand we standing on business.
Yeah.
You know, we can't be everywhere every time, but we know how to, you know, lend people our voice. So Stephanie, let me ask you this though, yo. So with all that you were facing, right? You're facing the fact that your child is traumatized. You're facing the fact that you had to move to a new county, right? You're facing the fact that you have to deal with the law in regards to, you know, trying to get this situation rectified. You're dealing with people who seem to be connected some type of way because after watching the videos, there's no way those charges should have been dropped. But with all of that being said, how are you personally, right? So how are you mentally? How have you been dealing with things going forward? Like, how have you taken some time to process things and trying to focus how you can maintain, you know, your mental? Because I know you said you had other children as well.
I can't really say that I have really. I'm just on go. It like I can't even focus on my schoolwork right now. Like it is a lot to try to process, and it's like every waking hour I'm spending time trying to get you know, a lead here and you know somebody to speak on this or give me advice about this or you know I'm really eager to get justice for my daughter. I need this man locked up. I need
Right.
this man locked up. And I need him to be hit with the right charges: unlawful conduct of a child, child neglect, and endangerment of a child, and so many more. Because that was not even her bus stop. He dropped her off at Still. He didn't drop her off at her stop. Still, it was like midway.
Wow.
So, and get this, y'all. This about to blow y'all mind. He's already a felon for selling drugs on the school grounds. I got all his background. They don't know I got it, but they do now. They tried. This is why there was an expungement. Okay, from New York, California, and Orange County. I think North Carolina. I'm not sure, but he's a drug dealer. He has so many. He got a rap sheet of dealing drugs, prostitution, larceny, um, aggravated assault, and something else to go with that aggravated assault. I'll think of it soon. But yeah, this guy should never have been driving buses. And the if he had not been driving the bus, this probably would never have happened to a child. You understand? Like
Right.
it's so many people at fault right now. It's so many people at fault. It's ridiculous. How did he get to get this job and he's a felon?
Wow.
Like,
Somebody not doing their job.
yeah, like I
And
know
you
that they're
said you
like,
got. Go ahead, Kat. What'd you say?
nah, I mean, they do background checks. So this, like, what's going on? Like, they do
Yeah.
background checks, and there's certain, yeah, and it's one of them things where even on an application, it's like, hey, you know, have you been convicted of a misdemeanor or felony in the last 7 years? And they still run a background check. Like, this is
Oh, it goes back 7 years.
well on the application, but when you do a background check, it usually goes back like maybe 10 years. It just depends on where you lived. If you lived in different states, then it's going to get all of your history from that state, because whether they get one month or 10 years or 100 years, it's the same cost. So they're going to do a background check, and you know, you just moved from New York and you've been here 4 years. If they pull that New York address, they're going to get everything
Right.
because it costs them the exact same. So
Right.
that's the thing where if you're in a small county, then what we're talking about is nepotism, where, oh, hey, you know, Billy Ray needs a job, you know, can you just hire him at the bus and we just go past the paperwork? You know, there's negligence, gross negligence somewhere along the hiring chain. And certain people, listen, I'm all for people serving their time and being reintroduced to society, but there are certain interactions that they shouldn't have. You shouldn't be around children if you have aggravated assault, drug charges, things like that, because what type of let me just pause here because I don't want to say nothing crazy.
Right. Hey, yo, but look, no, I get where you're going with it, because check this out. Like you said, they do background checks. He had it expunged though. So that's probably why they, locally, they didn't do like a national one. You know what I'm saying? They probably just did one around
He
there.
had this expunged recently, a couple of days after he got out of jail for what he did to my daughter. I think it was like September the 20th or September something, 2023. He had his record expunged.
So they try to clean it up
Oh, so
before it
he
went
tried to
crazy.
clean it up before everything happened with you, so all that background stuff wouldn't pop up for them to know that fan wasn't even supposed to be driving no bus in
Right.
the first place. And that was neglect on all the children. So it's like when your case blow up. Now, see, now I see why people didn't want to take it, and I see why now it makes sense why they was telling you not to go out there and do it, because what's going to happen is it's going to do just like what happened to other people. Now, them other parents are going to sit back and be like, "Hold up, wait, hold on, fam, wasn't supposed to be driving this bus for none of these kids. Yo, let me go. Yo, what? Give me that number."
Because if
And
I was a parent and found out that that was my kid's bus driver, oh yeah, I'm filing a complaint. Because what y'all doing?
Okay.
You got some explaining to do. Because why is he able to drive my kids around? Why is he around my kids? Like that's
Right.
they messed up.
2018, he got caught prostituting, or I guess trying to pick up prostitutes or something. Yeah.
Yeah,
wait,
you
hold
know
on.
what?
So he a pimp too? No, you see what I'm saying?
No,
So
he's a John. Probably he's not a pimp.
yeah,
Get it
probably was
right.
probably
Most
was
likely
his
a John.
girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Probably was his girlfriend. She was and she was addicted to soda. Nah, but for real though, like dead serious, man. Like this is crazy right here, because like first of all, I know, if we all know this, if nothing else, they used to put this as a commercial on way back in the day when it come to schools. You do anything around the school, if you get caught selling drugs around the school, or if you got anything to deal with kids around the school, like you are barred and banned away from being around a
Kids.
school.
Yeah. Yeah.
Period. Right?
How many
So
kids? Yeah.
that
They
is
been from the system.
bananas that he was able to get that job before the expungement. Oh wow, that's bananas. That don't even make sense right there. There's no way they did a background check, y'all.
This man been driving that bus around 2 or 3 years now.
Oh no.
That was a friend of somebody. Hey, let's get Billy Bob a job. Does he have a CDL? You don't need a CDL to drive a bus. Yeah, whatever. And they just put him on the bus. You know what I'm
He
saying?
got a
Like,
felony, and they put him on the bus.
But he
yeah,
a
you
felony.
can't.
He around kids though. You know what I'm
They,
saying, Kev? But what about Shorty though?
oh, the monitor.
Yeah, what about
I'm
her?
trying to tell you, they won't give me no information. It's like they try to cover for her so bad. I went to press charges on her. They say, "Oh no, you can't because she's new. She's still in training."
Doesn't
Well, then
matter.
where the other monitor who's training her?
Yeah. So that
Hey,
doesn't matter. It could be day one.
me, right?
And they
So
don't. She's an adult with common sense. How did you get? You know how to fill out an application. You know 1+1 is 2. You know wrong and right. How in the world I cannot charge you while you sat here? You neglected my daughter too. You put her in harm's way. Gonna tell the bus driver, "Oh well, we already moving now."
right. And didn't say, yo, no, open the door. Don't close the arm in there. Don't do that. You know what I'm
Didn't
saying?
say
Like,
nothing. Well, I would have died from that man if I was the bus monitor. I don't care who it was. He closed somebody's arm in the door. Man,
that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like what's up with her? Like how come there's no traction on her? Like, and I'm not even trying to start now. I'm trying to be messy or nothing. I'm
That
just
was
being,
my first question.
you know what I'm
So
saying? Like, why she ain't in the mix in all this, yo? Because she is an adult, and only that. Hold on, my fault, Kev. I'm gonna let you jump in. But look, another thing is because when they no, I don't care. If she was supposed to be in training, should have been 3 adults on that bus then. There was supposed to be another monitor training her. If not, she wasn't in no training.
right.
Secondly, they know if not her, he know that was little mama stop. So he could have sent her to wake her up and say, hey, wake her up.
How
This her
many thousand?
stop. You get off. Period. So they don't get no pass. She don't get no pass. What you was gonna say, Kev?
No, I mean that's the thing. People don't get passes, and it kind of comes back to what I was going to say about support and why things sometimes get swept under the rug. You know, because people are concerned about their job. So this bus monitor, she's brand new. She doesn't know a thing. It could be her first day on the job. If you see a child being harmed, you're on that bus to protect the children.
It's in your job description.
First thing
Period.
that pops into your mind is, oh my
Period.
God, listen, I can't swim. Okay. I cannot swim. I saw a person drowning and I jumped in the pool to save them because it's the first thing that came to my mind. I'm not a lifeguard, but I'm a person who is a part of society. And if I see someone in danger, it is natural to try to help that person. And if you are hired specifically to,
Right,
you
Ross?
know, make sure that these children are okay. Hey, sit down. You know, I don't know if they wear seatbelts anymore. You know, making sure that people are getting off on their stop, helping people. Hey, your backpack, let me help you out. If that is your job, that's what you do. It doesn't matter who you work for. You're
That's
on
a fact.
camera basically
That's a
supporting
fact.
somebody who's doing wrong
That's
to
a fact.
someone.
To a
So
child.
you are
Why do you think
criminally
To a child.
negligent as well. This is a
Exactly.
child. So you baby, your
You
job
don't
going
get no
too.
pass, like you said, Kev. No
Yeah.
pass. We
I mean,
don't.
her
I do
sister was
eyes,
on
by
the
the way.
bus with her. Her
You
sister
said
was on the bus with her, and she did say that she woke her up and told her to come on. It's time to get off. And she said she thought she was behind her, but she said it was other kids. And she said when she looked for Liza, she wasn't there, so she went and got grandma.
Oh, so she was out. She had a long.
Yeah, she needed a nap.
She needed a nap. So all right, back. So she thought she was behind her because other kids was getting off, and then when she didn't see it, and she went and got the grandmother, and that's when, by the time she went to go get grandma, that's when everything had already happened, and she dropped her off, and
Mhm.
then that's what it was, and she came up to her crying. So now I get it. We didn't mention this much. I mean, we said it in conversation, but we forgot to fail to mention that where this is taking place at. South Carolina, y'all. To all of y'all that's watching, to those of y'all that are watching this right now, let me just say this. We all know the history of the South, right? We know the history in the South when it involves people that look like us. There's no need for us to act surprised about that. We understand that. But then for those people that yell and scream like that, racism is over, racism is dead, people shouldn't be sitting up here still screaming the race card. And I understand what they mean when it comes to economics because they are right when it comes to that. There's no white person holding y'all back from changing your financial freedom. That is not the case now. But we cannot deny the fact that just being in this skin color did not get you in a situation that you did not ask for
And being
because
this
somebody else
color,
felt like they can. Say that
what they
again.
have, like, they can't see the privilege that they have.
I don't know how they can't though, Steph. Like, look, they showing it each and every day. He was
Every
on
day.
video doing what he did to your daughter. I don't care. So many people in the comments were talking about, oh, she was sassy, she was being smart, she wasn't listening. She probably be at home acting like that. She don't listen to her mom. She where her dad. I seen all like though the comments was
It
crazy.
was crazy. Yeah.
The comments was bananas. Like just the comments alone. That's why when it comes down to this whole thing about you want justice, right? You gotta have a thick skin when it comes to putting something on
Oh
anything.
yeah. Oh
You
yeah.
already mad because you in protective mode because of what's going on with you. But then if you don't have tough skin, you will be sitting up here really in your feelings wanting to hurt somebody, and it could be anybody because people were saying all kinds of stuff about little mama,
I
but
saw.
nobody was saying the fact that she is a little girl, stating the obvious fact.
You see
This
the little
is not
chihuahuas, they make
a
a loud
fact.
noise, but they so tiny. The little chihuahuas so tiny. They gonna let you know you're not
Yeah.
messing with me. Like you think you messing with me.
Yes, and that's all she was setting boundaries.
Yes.
She's like, I am not getting out here.
Yes.
Like, I don't care what you about to do,
Did
but I
y'all see
am
the dog?
not getting out here. Like, that's it. Kids should have boundaries. You guys know about my youngest. She got boundaries. She's 5 now. She's had boundaries since she was born. and she will set them and be firm about it. And so, no, I'm here for it, because yes, we need more of that from little girls, more women. We all need that, because it's time. She was, I was proud of her. She was just like, no, like, nope. It wasn't sassy. It's not sassy to set boundaries.
Just let you know this is out of my comfort zone, and I'm letting you know right now I'm not getting off.
And she was just calm. She was just like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not getting off. But here's the thing about Black women, and y'all know that, yo, this is where the misconception comes in about y'all being angry or y'all having attitudes. Now, we understand that she's a little girl, but think about it. The comments was crazy. She get that from her mother. She see other people talking like the comments was crazy. So you gotta realize, like, people don't see us for what we, don't see us for what we go through. They only see us for what their perception is. Right? You're a single mom, right? And you're doing the best you can, and you're trying your best to provide a way for your children, and you only want the best for your children. Now, hint, we all, like I said earlier, it's always going to be a question. Where's the dad? Where's the dad? It's always going to be a question of that. You're never not going to have to deal with that. Just as men, like, come on, let's think about it. Like, we should have that same burden on us, though. Like, if it come down to it, like, it should be held the same thing. Like, yo, if you know somebody going through something, what you gonna do? Like, even the men around you, Steph, it's like anything. I don't know, but I'm saying, like, yo, men should sign a petition. They should be able to be with you at a press conference, just standing there, just saying, hey, you know what I mean? We will knock one of y'all out if y'all come over here playing with her like that. That's all we saying. Like, yo, this her fight. We ain't gonna argue for her, but you can't touch her because we gonna knock you out.
Right, we're not
Like,
gonna allow you to intimidate her. Let's use
yeah,
that.
that's it. We just letting y'all know. Like,
Yeah,
yo, like, yeah, she gonna talk her talk. She gotta fight her fight. You know what I'm saying? But we just saying to y'all, like, listen, don't come over here, don't be in man extra, because we got something for that. But they don't see the solidarity in us because we too busy battling each other on these platforms. Men versus this, women versus that. Men don't do this, women don't do that. Dads are this, moms are that. But then when it comes down to situations like this, we got to put all that corny shit aside. This could have been your kid, yo. Like, if a person watching this right now, your child, if you have not seen the video, please go on my page. You'll see the video. Go on Mika page. Go on Cam page. Y'all see it. Go on Stephanie's page. Y'all will see the video. And y'all make your own assumption. Yeah, there's people in the comments, they made their assumptions too. But I want y'all to go out there and make your own assumption if this was your child.
He sure ain't no better than a bus driver, Mom. I don't even want to get on that topic, but just know I was married to this man. We were married. We're still married, okay? But I just went my separate way. I'm talking about the dad, since y'all want to know, like, where is he?
Oh, his
He
grandma.
has to be absent now by law, but he chose it in the first place to be absent in their life. Now, he was there once upon a time. We spent 12 years together, had 4 kids together, and the route he chose is the route he chose. And
Right.
like I always say, you make your bed, you gotta lay in it, and that's what he's doing. So.
Well, and that's the thing. I see grandma. Grandma not playing. Grandma's in the comments. She's like, he no better than a bus driver. And and that's the sad part about the stigma of us as Black men, because there are those that have that type of
I ain't even gonna say it. Like, he had both his parents. He had a good upbringing. He had it good all the way around. They took family vacations and all. And all I wanted was him, if he was gonna do life with me, help me raise our kids. But it didn't go like that. And it's so many factors. Like, when my mama say that he's just as bad as the bus driver, he is. He
Wow.
is. And when he got the news, he called on Facebook Messenger and he said, them gonna kill y'all.
See, that's that fear mentality that's been in people, where they feel like, so let's backtrack, because this is why people are so dismissive of what we go through. But people have to remember that this is all programming. You know, oh, you speak up, they gonna fire you at your job, they're gonna do this, or you know, them people can come and get you. This is that fear mongering that they do because you know they know that ignorance prevails. When you know, like I said, I was raised right from wrong. So if you have wronged me, you have wronged my child, we are going to go through all of the channels necessary to get a resolution, because what you're not going to do is get away with it, because this ain't the 1960s where y'all hosing us down in the middle of the street and sicking dogs on us. We got cameras now these actions that you're taking, something is going to come from this. And if you think that just because you got over one hurdle that you've completed the whole race, baby, you haven't completed the whole race. I've never seen a person jump one hurdle and that's it. That's it. No, there's boom, 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 boom. You know, 100 meters, 400 meters, however long it takes, we're going to keep running the race. And that's where I think people get it twisted. You know, I have no words for your current ex, whatever, nothing about him. The focus needs to be on the bus driver. What was the news putting him up? Were they, you know, were they villain, you know, making him a villain? You know, did they post his record? Because trust and believe, if this was a child, oh, in 6th grade, you know, they got suspended for blah, blah, blah. They will drag a child of color through the mud. Where was this man's record at? Why was the news not putting out there what type of man he was, his past actions? You know, now that this has come up, he has a character default, and it's well documented. You know what I'm saying? His decision making, his logic, his thought process, the fact that he doesn't value women. You got caught with prostitution. That means that you devalue women. You know what I'm saying? You see this little girl, no value.
You devalue children. You worse than that. You worse than everything else, yo. You know, adults, they could make a choice.
So this is the thing, you know, they should have been, because I'm telling you, if it's on the other foot, they are trying to make a villain out of the victim. And this man, if they didn't put his mugshot up there, if they didn't put previous mugshots from his previous arrest, whether it's expunged or not, that stuff is still out there. That's how you were able to find it out. You know what I'm saying? And then to expunge, to know that there's some dirt on you, and after you've been arrested, after these things are starting to come out, you go after the fact and get it expunged. It's because you know that there's dirt on you. The people who put you in this position know, like, oh man, we got to start covering our tracks.
But Kev, look at the timing though.
Yeah, we got to start covering days.
They know, because I'm telling you, this.
I mean, it happened fast. I mean, how long does it usually take? Like, was it
a long time to get in?
90 days.
Yeah.
Can we? All right. So we're gonna put by how long it takes for you to get on the job and not lose it. About 90 days, I think.
90 days.
You know how long it takes to get the record expunged?
Yeah, to get your record expunged, because not only and that's the thing, you got to go through courses, you got to pay restitution, you got to do volunteer hours, you got to do all of this different stuff to then be able to apply for it. So he just all of a sudden completed all of that after driving a bus for 2 or 3 years and soliciting prostitutes. He was able to give back to this community.
That's crazy. That's other stuff. But that's the thing that's why I want to say, like, you know, we do deal with things that people don't understand, and I'm sorry that people
really is personal information. Once you are arrested, that is public knowledge. That's why it's on public sites. You know, your address and everything is on a public site.
Oh, you talking about the comment?
No, the comment, yeah. I just want to clear that up. This is not his.
No, it's public. It's public record. Yo.
It is public record. Just like if you own a property, that's public record. Yeah. So if someone says, "Hey, Rashid owns 3 houses," Rashid cannot sue them for someone saying, "Hey, you own 3 houses." That is public record.
Yeah.
So that is not his personal business. Him being arrested, these are crimes that he did against the state. So these are crimes that he did against the state that he was convicted.
And just to piggyback off you though, Kev, especially with the comment, you know, to piggyback off you, Kev, with the comment, like you're right, it is levels to it. And one of the levels that we got to understand as a people, we got to stop trying to be the nice person all the time. You know, sometimes we gotta go as low as they willing to go to let them know that we gonna be here for our children, man. I mean, I could see if Stephanie was fighting for herself. I mean, even then, she still deserves whatever type of protection her people could give her. But the fact of that she fighting for a child that was, you know, we all saw what happened. Like as much as people want to say, you know, like I said, the comments was lit, you know, and then people have their own opinions about how they felt like Lil Mama's attitude was. That's beside the point. These are adults. They should her arm should not have been in the door. Like once you violate, then you open the door to get violated. So regardless of the levels to it, yo, fam, yo, like listen, he violated, he should be violated. Like
There's
what they
levels to the disrespect he had. I mean, it just kept getting worse and
as
worse.
they
Like
went.
the levels of disrespect that it was just, I was watching it and my face was like, what? Like it just kept getting, I was like, it's like watching an accident. Like I was literally just watching everything crumble. And I was like, what is, he did nothing right. It was horrible. It's like he's never even dealt with a child before. Like it was
Well,
bad.
we know that whether he dealt with children before or not, he don't care.
No, at all. Like
We know that. We know he did not care at all. You know what I mean? He
She
did
showed no
exactly.
remorse. None of them showed no remorse towards my child. And suppose she would have felt that door.
yeah. And when she
Why?
came out, she was even holding her arm,
Yeah.
like I seen her looking back at her arm, like God, like rubbing it. Like you can tell it hurt. It was
She said it was
uncomfortable.
burning really bad. She kept
Yeah.
saying
And
burning.
then just the shock of it, because you know, it's kind of like, you ever seen somebody, they're walking, they see a snake and they jump out their skin? Like it's the shock factor too. And to sit here and be restrained, you know, and to be driving, you're thinking, you don't know what's happening to your, like, is my arm, are we going to hit a tree? Am I going to lose my, you don't know. Your mind is thinking a million things all at once. And that's where that PTSD comes in, because you're sitting here thinking about, you know, in the moment, like, what is happening to me? Why is this happening? Why is no one stopping it? You know, ow, this hurts. You know, how far is he driving? A million questions. You know, why is no one doing anything about it? And then to get off, and then you're further down the road than what you should be. And everybody know you don't drop small kids off, not even a block away from where they live, because not everybody walks around and knows how to get home. You know, that's in the morning, if I don't leave on time, every block the bus stops, every single block. So kids don't have to walk 4 blocks to get home. They put you right there where your walk is as short as possible. So I get behind that bus and boom, look at that. You know, it's every, you know, I get mad because I be late, but it's like these kids are being put in as safe a position as possible, because
they're disrespectful.
yeah. So that's the thing. I just it's just crazy. Like I personally, like, even as a high schooler, I'll say this and I'll let you guys get back to it. Even as a high schooler, our bus driver would strongly discourage us from getting off at the wrong stop. You know, because it's like, hey, wait a minute, this ain't your stop. You know, why are you getting off here? Oh, I'm going over Tom's house.
You ain't have no note. You wasn't going.
Yeah, you don't have a note. Yeah, where's a note from your parent saying that this is where you're going to get off? Because they know that it's their responsibility to get you to that stop. And if that parent is waiting for you on the other side, you know what I'm saying, and you don't get off that bus, now it's a call to the school. You know what I'm saying? Because people got to understand, it doesn't just stop with him. That's why they were trying to protect him, because it opens up the school, it opens up whoever they hire through, it opens up the state. Everyone starts to get involved because everyone played a part in this person having a job. And then where is their training at? Because you have to go through a certain number of hours of training, because my mom works for the school and they try to get her to be a monitor on the bus. And then to be a bus driver, you got to do a certain amount of hours of training. So now your trainer is also at fault, because did you not teach this person how to handle this type of situation?
Exactly.
So that's the thing. Once it starts opening up, that's how, you know, that's why they try to sweep it under the rug, and they hope that you'll forget about it, They'll hope that you got something else to focus on. You know, they hope that there's not a loud enough voice to keep beating the drum and marching towards justice. That's what
Man.
they hope. They hope
Yeah.
that you run out of resources.
But as we all know, that ain't gonna happen because because other parents are getting ready to pick up on it. That's what I think. I think once this story really hits to what the background of the bus driver, all those parents are going to have a complaint because they should, because it
Yeah.
could have been any one of their children, and they knew better than to have this person on there driving children around. So you're going to be the voice of a lot of people. So I understand why you got out the county. I wish y'all could get out the whole state because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying. It's going to be a big deal. It's not one of them things where it seemed like it's a small thing to some people, right? When you think about especially the things that we deal with on this platform, right? But what I'm thinking is the way that this is going to snowball is going to really be crazy because you got to really be honest with yourself. Every child that's on that bus was in danger. Now, yeah, God, we hate that it comes down to us personally. That's why I always say on this platform, to other people, like, listen, don't listen, look at the people that come on here and it could be you. So it's okay to show them some support. It's okay to, like or share the video. It's okay to, what I'm saying, call for them if they need somebody to call or sign something. Because yeah, man, think about it. This could be you. And you will want somebody to rally for you. But you is right now, you're about to be the voice for all the parents.
I look forward to it. I just want people to feel like they can. Like if they think that, or if they're scared off because of what these people with power might say or do, then like I'm lost for words. I forgot what I was gonna say with that. But look, like don't be scared about these people with power because just as much as he's above you or want to be above you, it's always somebody up there above them that you can go through and talk to. So
Right.
that's what I did. I took all precautions. I went through some of everybody. I called legislators. I called some of everybody and their mama. I know they was tired of me calling, but once I called back on the third day and the fourth day, they started getting me people that they should have got me from the get go. You know,
Yeah, you
I,
have to show that
I'm not
persistence.
stopping until justice is served.
Yeah, that persistence changes things, yo. And
Mhm.
I noticed that with all you moms that I've had on the show, you guys, y'all will go all the way. Ain't there's no number that will not get dialed if it needs to. There's no letter that won't get wrote. There's no email that won't get sent. Y'all guys do not miss a beat when it comes down to them children. Y'all don't play. I just hate that you guys, like things.
Have to be this, you know.
Yeah, right? Because that so much could have happened to her. That could have changed her life forever. Just her arm, like Kev said, like anything could have happened to her arm, and
You know,
you just destroyed this little girl's future because you got upset. Like, and you an adult, and you knew better. Like, you knew this. You know what her stop was. You wake her up. You know what to do, bro. Like, and even if you said to yourself, "Oh, Dak, I ain't see that she didn't get off." Once you realize it, because he called her by her name, so he knew her. He called her by her name. He kept saying, "Hey, come on, go ahead and get off. Just get off right here." And he was like, "No, she was asleep. Get off." Like, yo, you knew she was asleep. Why you ain't wake up? Yo, come on, man. I
then
don't.
she
I
moved
just,
the well and you moving the bus.
yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta look at things from a. I just want everybody that's watching the show tonight, and I want those of you that's gonna watch the playback, man. Like I said, I just want you to think about it from this standpoint. Let's take the race car out of it, because we know a lot of y'all gonna get in the comments and y'all gonna talk about that, playing as to why. Y'all go see the video. Y'all can look for yourself. We're not playing the race car as if that what's going on with the bus driver and the attendant, because the aide was a black woman. So we're not going there. We
I
know
didn't
that the
get this
state,
part until court. I mean, not until court, until they went to the preliminary hearing without me. That's when I threw it
yeah,
because since when a victim is not notified, you know? of any hearing or whenever the defendant get out of jail or something, the victim is notified. They chose not to notify me, and that's when I threw in the race card, because if it had been somebody else, they would have been notified. If this bus driver was black and that little girl was white, that bus driver would not have gotten away with none of the stuff that this bus driver is getting away with. Like,
Exactly.
you're not about to tell me no different. That's why I threw the race card, and I'm gonna
No,
continue to do it.
you right. No, you right by saying that. I'm talking about to the people who's going to look at this and think that we are saying that that's just what it is. No, we're saying based on the state. The state of South Carolina itself is you guys can say what y'all want, but we know when it comes down to these certain states. We have people on here from Mississippi, we had Louisiana, we had South Carolina, we dealt with a case here in North Carolina. We know that dealing in these southern states, you're going to deal with these issues, and it's going to be a racist thing. And we want people to start understanding that we're not just throwing this out there. But what she was saying, yeah, you're going to deal with that at some level. It's just the fact that we not trying to throw that out there. We're saying that this is the fact. Why don't people just accept the fact and not try to go around it, understanding like, yo, what happened to her was something that could have happened to any child. That's right. But but I mean, you mean to tell me you're gonna be on video and charges get dropped? That's gonna happen to anybody? No.
And
Never
another,
no way.
why wasn't he drug tested? As protocol for when a bus driver is in an accident or anything like it, they are to be drug tested. He was not.
Ah. Ah.
I didn't get an incident report because they didn't report it right away. I had to complain through social media in order for them to know what was really going on. I think he wasn't fired till like 3 days later.
Whoa.
So
They're just making it worse for themselves. Like it's just worse and worse and worse.
I mean, dang, I
Sheesh.
didn't even know that. Like that's just bad.
all the way around. There's no hiding it. It's right there. And I guarantee you that judge ain't see this video.
I mean, even without the video, just hearing what happened,
The man
that
lied.
should be enough.
The man lied.
That is horrible.
The deputy was there to tell, the detective was there to tell his side of what he knew. And I guess they just said whatever to hell with him. And they listened to that man. And they proved no probable cause.
So what the fuck could he have said? Like that's where I'm, because you gotta explain her arm in the door, right? I mean, what got you arrested?
I don't think they watched the video, yo.
But even if they didn't, what did he get arrested for? He got arrested for the situation.
That's true.
So what was the charge there? If it was because her arm was in the door, that should be enough regardless, because there's no reason her arm should be in the door. Like there's no way you can even talk your way out of that. Like her arm, like so even without a video, if that's what you were arrested for, you can't explain that. You can't just say it was an accident and I drove for about 2 minutes by accident with her arm in it. Like I'm like, what kind of lie could he have told? Like who? They are just, it's a mess. That is a mess.
Yeah, you make a valid point though. Like even without the video, like just the thought process, yo, what he was arrested for. He shouldn't have got arrested if it was for nothing.
Yeah. So if he got arrested for it, he's at least guilty of that. So what, how, just to have been a fly on the wall to hear.
There's no way they watched the video.
No, definitely not.
If they did, and like I said, like the way that people was commenting, maybe there's no way that she was justified. It don't matter. It just wasn't justifiable. No matter how they look at it, no matter what they try to say about, all of those things, like the people were saying in the comment, it don't justify her having her arm in the door and being drove down the street. It just don't.
Unless she cold cocked him, unless she came out and punched him in his face. Like there's nothing that she could have done to justify that. There's no reason for that.
I just feel, and that's the thing, man. Like the fact that the way that she's dealing with it afterwards, right? PTSD, anxiety. I hate that.
It was really bad in the beginning because my daughter I had a fight with her for her to get on the school bus and for me to get to work on time. I got fired because of this. I got fired. And I forgot to put that press, but I'm like, come on, y'all know what I'm going through. Y'all gonna fire me? They didn't care.
Like I was saying, they try to attack your resources. They try to do whatever. Because you
Take
in a
that
small town, you don't know who knows who. You don't know who went to high school with who used to date, who has history. And that's always the dangerous thing when you move to a different area because you don't
Right.
know the past.
Mm-hmm.
The same person that you're filing this report with, oh, me and him graduated from the academy together. So I'm going to shuffle this paperwork and it may not make it because I need to look out for Marty because me and Marty go for beers on Thursday. You know what I'm saying? Like you never know what that thing is. So
That's crazy though, Kev. You're right about that. And another thing is too, man. Like, dang, y'all. Like when you kind of just put all this stuff together, man. Like this is crazy, y'all. In
and
so many words, what you
They
say,
didn't
Kev?
think I was gonna take it as far as I did. That's why I
right.
feel they dropped everything and was so nonchalant about everything. But child,
Yeah, they
I
figured it was gonna light a fire for a little bit and then it was gonna burn out and then they could just sweep it under the rug and keep pushing on.
like
Because
I
that's
told
what
my
happens
friend,
with a lot of people.
I'm the only one marching up and down the road or through the courthouse or whatever. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Somebody will hear me.
Yeah, that's been the energy. That's been the energy of all the moms we've been having up here lately. That's been y'all energy. They don't matter. Like it don't matter what they gotta go through. It don't matter what their health situation is. They don't have time to break down. Some of the moms say they don't even have time to grieve right now with the loss of their children. One mother lost her son and her daughter, and she didn't have time to grieve because she's fighting for justice for her children. And I just like I said, I applaud y'all. I don't like to get into the whole men women thing because like I said, I think that's corny and that separates us. I hate the fact that little mama has PTSD and there's like, not that main, like she don't have that male figure in her life that's just like, yo, whatever you go through, I'm gonna go through it with you and I'm gonna make sure that I got you, because she is a young girl and she's growing up and, you know, like you said earlier, Kev, sometimes people go through things that traumatizes them to the fact that becomes a phobia to them, so to speak, like not wanting to get on or go places, or I know there's some people who got in car accidents don't like to be in cars, or don't like to go on the highway because that's where it happened at, or the elevator got stuck one time. I don't go on elevators; they take the stairs. I remember one time I was doing ride share. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. I was doing that joint for a little side hustle, and the lady told me where to go, and she was like, "Please do not take the highway." I was like, yo, but if I take the street, it's going to charge you more. Like, yo, I could get there quicker on the highway. She was like, no, I don't care about quicker. She said, I had an accident in the highway before. I just want you to take the streets. And I just was like, all right, bad. We hit every damn light there was. But I mean, but at the end of the day, that's just the phobia that they had over something that happened to them that caused it. And like you said, you got fired off of it because PTSD. She don't even want to get on the bus,
Mhm.
and that's real, man. She's a little girl, man. I just look. I before we go, I just want to make sure, like the people that's watching, the people that will watch the playback. I need y'all to do one thing. If y'all don't do nothing else, just put yourselves in her shoes, male, female. It don't matter. If this is your child and you put your children on a school bus each and every day, and you send them to school. This ain't no preteen. This ain't no teenager either. I'm talking about a kid. She's a kid. All right. So when you trust in it and trust your children to go to school or wherever they're going, and you trust that they're going to be safe getting to and fro, please, if you can, just follow up as much as possible. You know what I mean? Like, follow up as much as possible. If you can't be there, you work late hours. If you get them days off, just try your best to do something. I mean, just, I don't know, just make your presence known some type of way to let these bus drivers know, like, yo, I'm going to be there for my kids. Sometimes they just need to see you. Sometimes they know that they can't do this, not with this one. You better figure it out somebody else, but you can't do it with this one. And you don't want it to happen to no child. But what we saying is, hey, everybody else child ain't our responsibility, but what's mine is mine. You're gonna have to stop playing with it. So I hope to all the people in South Carolina that will watch this playback, that y'all are watching this, and all the parents of the people that's on this bus that ride the bus with her daughter. I hope y'all all rally behind her. I hope you guys all start making complaints. I hope you guys all get in on the fight. I hope you guys all get in on the next press conference. I hope all of you parents, don't just sit back and just watch her go through this by herself. Because technically, she's definitely fighting for every child that was on that bus, because that person had no business driving that bus. Period.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, no, it didn't happen to your child, but it could have been your child. That's the mentality that this person had. They didn't care about the child. It just so happened to be her child that it happened to. So I just want all of you parents that, if y'all watching this and y'all in that school district, y'all in that county, y'all know the story, y'all familiar with it, y'all got children that ride the bus with her daughter, and y'all understand what's going on, y'all all need to rally behind her, and y'all need to make as many complaints as possible. Y'all all need to be on his neck. Y'all need to be on the school board neck to make sure that they don't continue to do that and put y'all children in harm, because this person had no business driving the bus. So, Stephanie, before we go, I just want you to know, is there anything you want the people to know? Do you have any petitions that need to be signed? Do y'all have any more uh, rallies going on? Is there any counseling going on with Lil Mama? Maybe we could get this video out to some people that could offer some type of suggestion on that. Is there anything that you want the people to know before we go?
Yes. Since the move, has been hard to get like the physical therapy for her. That takes the insurance that she has. I'm still currently seeking that. For now, I'm still doing the exercises that the therapist asked us to do initially, and she has some work here to do it with counseling. She don't have the counseling either. It's kind of still since the Lord was switching lawyers or
Hold on, Steph. Your phone breaking up a little bit. Let's try to figure it out, because I want people to get this information. Your signal chopping up a little bit. Let's try to make sure we get that right, because you've
hear
been
me
good
okay?
all the way up until now. Say that again.
You can hear me now?
Yep, you good now. Say that again.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay, good. But yeah, it's with Eliza. I know y'all see her being sassy, but she's not really like that. She's not, unless you doing something to be mean to her. But I do not tolerate that. I did let her know that, but I didn't let her know that right off because I didn't want her to feel like, I was placing her at fault. But she's a child with a
Right.
child mind, and someone was fussing and yelling at her, and she had to make them understand that I'm not gonna get off that bus because there's dogs, and those dogs look very vicious. Did you see the picture I sent you?
No, I didn't see the picture of
Mm-mm.
the dogs. The picture, I didn't get the picture. Yeah,
Oh,
send me the picture when we get off here. Yeah, send me the picture. I didn't see that because they kept saying there was no dogs.
Like, there's no dog. She's like, no, there's a dog. Like,
yeah,
she ain't crazy. She knows what she's talking about.
but this,
Exactly.
this,
She wouldn't say a dog if it wasn't a dog.
this is the country, y'all. I don't know if you ever been to a country, but sometimes there's wild dogs, just like there's wild cats and deers. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Well, all right. So right now we got uh all of you guys that been in the comments tonight. It's been so dope. I appreciate y'all for the support, and letting
Thank
Stephanie know that y'all here for her and y'all riding for Eliza, because at the end of the day, she needs justice for what happened to her. Um, you know, uh, she's a kid, y'all. Before we get out of here, I just want to make sure y'all know that she's a kid, man. All right. And regardless, adults should be adults at all times. There's no way you should stoop down to the level of a child as an adult. You got to do critical thinking, and you should have been able to handle that situation a lot better. That's all. So right now, I think somebody else said that a protest is coming up.
So I need lots of men for security reasons. We're having a town meeting starting off. We want to do a town meeting because there's so many people that's really iffy about get the word yeah,
Uh, what word?
rally.
Oh, rally. Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I just want to use that word. So we're gonna say town meeting. That's what it's going to be. We're gonna have a peaceful town meeting as to regarding the rally that we will have, the march we will have. The church didn't give us the okay, so I'm not going to say the church name. We're going to march at the courthouse. That's what we're going to do. But on the 23rd, we're having a town meeting in Horry County. I need men in black. I need men in black.
I bet. So for all of y'all, you said March 23rd, so this will be out before that. We're gonna put these clips out. We're gonna make sure that, you know what I'm saying, we tag Horry County, South Carolina, make sure if there's any men around that's available, y'all can go stand Men in Black. Let's get that going, man. Let's get y'all in the mix, yo. Let's try to figure this out. Cause like I said, you know, let's take take the sex thing out of it, male and female, all that corny shit. Take that out. This could have been your child, yo. At that particular point in time, he didn't care who the parent was. And I'm just telling y'all. So this could have been your kid. So I hope that all of the parents, I hope this information, this message get out to every parent. I hope those of you that supporting Stephanie in the background, y'all take it a little step further and y'all start contacting the parents yourselves. Even if they not following the story, if they not paying attention, y'all take the time to start contacting the parents themselves. Let them know, share the information that y'all may have about the perception of this man, not the perception, the information of him, because it's public record. Y'all go ahead and share the information on what this man was and who he was, and y'all rally behind it too. Because all of y'all are affected by it, even if y'all don't think y'all are. Y'all are, because it could have been your kid, y'all. So hopefully y'all get to it and let's get it going. And it looks like somebody said y'all, a petition, and y'all working on a petition. Okay, Steph, you said y'all working on a petition. I bet, and that's why parents on that school bus petition. Let's go. Let's get it together. Let's make this shake. Because think about it, yo. This is a thing that I'm telling y'all, man. It could have went a totally another way. So this little girl could be not having no arm right now. So
or
let's
she could have got off the bus and got hurt by one of them dogs. Like anything could have
got
happened.
attacked by a dog, and then they still would have been liable because it wouldn't have been her stop.
It wasn't her stop.
So much wrong with this, y'all, because it wasn't her stop. So much wrong with it. So come on, y'all. Look past the attitude that y'all may think little mama had, because remember, she's a little girl and she's protecting herself, and she was right. It wasn't her stop. Period. So
Yeah.
let's look past all that, right? And let's look at the facts. The fact of the matter is that shouldn't have happened to her. Worse would have happened to her if she'd have got off that bus, if she'd have got attacked by that dog. Then what y'all would have said? What would y'all have said? It was the person who dog it was?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on, like let's figure it out. Like who fault would have been? It would have been the person still with the bus because she got dropped off somewhere that wasn't where she was. She was asleep. Wake her up, yo. She's a child, man. Stop playing. So before we get out of here, all right. So John, he was messaging us saying that he was going to jump on, but he forgot that they're hour behind us. So he was thinking that 8:30 is now, so he don't know that it's not it. So he missed it, but he kept messaging saying that he was going to jump on. He had a conference call and everything. Right now he's trying to jump on right now, but it's too late, you know what I mean? But here's the thing. I want everybody to know that when this information come up, please check her name, follow what's going on, and let's join in the fight, all right? So before we get out of here, Kev, what's good, y'all? Let everybody know what's going on with you.
I'm still in recovery. Like I can't get rid of this cough, man. So that's what I've been kind of going through. Stephanie, thank you for sharing your story, your daughter's story. Definitely sorry that this has to be something that's going on. We got to protect our children. On a personal level, you know, y'all will see me around. We got some recording this week. I'm excited to get back to doing that. I never got that sample clear, so that song ain't coming out. But you know, there's other ventures, so I'll just keep things moving.
That's facts, yo. That's what we gotta do. We gotta keep it moving. We don't let nobody stop the show. That's that, like Stephanie. That's that energy, right?
Thank y'all.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's that energy. We gotta keep pushing. Meek, what's going on, yo? What we got going on with you?
Well, yeah, I want to thank Stephanie too for commenting. Everybody in the comments, you guys kept it lit. Thank you guys for coming out and joining us. For me, I found a site that I can put some of my standard products on, my journals, some planners. I already got like 8 up there. I got a whole list of some more here. I'm busy. I'm working
Right.
as always. But follow me on Facebook if you guys want to know more about what I do in that aspect, because you know I got links and stuff and I don't know them all by heart. So check me out if you need a planner, journal. Stephanie, I would love to get your daughter a journal though. I would love to create something for her, just for her to have, especially going through what she's going through.
Yeah.
I found for a lot of young kids too, it's good for them to be able to write out because they can't always express themselves the right way. So yeah, I would love to do something for her, no charge, obviously, and get that over to her so she can use that.
Okay. I'm sure she appreciate that. She loved writing and she loved drawing. And the therapist was
Awesome.
extra therapy with her, saying that this is a good therapy and a way to get things out. So she's very familiar with writing it out or drawing it out. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, great. Yeah, I think I should be able to find you on Facebook if I haven't followed you already from John's page.
Facebook is Stephanie Floyd. Yeah, Stephanie Floyd, and I'm in my nursing Italia. So, and I have
Perfect.
I think in that profile picture.
Okay,
Yeah, we know.
awesome. I'll find you and I'll reach out just to kind of get some ideas of kind of things that she likes and make sure I incorporate that into the journal for
Thank
her.
you. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it.
Dope, dope, dope. That's what I like, yo. That's what we do. We try to make sure that we get in where we fit in, man. Let everybody know sometimes, support can come from complete strangers. We know how it is. We be expecting the people we know and be knowing for the longest to support us, and all the time, man, it come from complete strangers, yo. God is still real, yo. Word. All right. So as far as me, y'all already know with the platform, y'all we gonna continue to keep growing. Y'all check us out next week. Next week we got a young lady on. We're talking about a situation that happened with her son in a traffic stop with the police. Unfortunately, her child is no longer here. So we're talking about that, and we're going to talk about the injustice that's going on with that. We understand that a lot of things that are going on that's dealing with corruption from all kind of levels, and we just want to make sure, like I said, man, that we keep people. We got to keep this momentum going, y'all. Are getting this information out here. We got to get justice. We got to prevent these things from happening before they start. But the only way we could do that is by getting the word out so people can understand they're not the only ones going through something. Sometimes it's very, very tough to go through things when you think you're the only one that go through it. And sometimes shit be so bad that you feel like there's nobody else in the world that could be going through what you're going through. But just understand there's very few people that will love to exchange places with you when it comes to certain things. So just be mindful of that, right? And let's just be supportive of those of us that understand that one particular thing that it could be you. So keep
'Cause
up the good work out there. Oh, my bad. Go ahead. What you gonna say, Steph?
I say exactly because I never ever thought that I would be doing this about my daughter, you know, or any of my kids. Uh, and I feel for the mothers who are having to sit on the news or podcasts or social media talking about the death of their child. Like that breaks my heart. It really does. And I wish that the world, could be so much softer, so much lenient, so fair. Right is right, wrong is wrong.
And that's a fact. And we got something, so don't hang up. We're gonna when we end the stream, we're gonna talk a little bit behind the scene because we got some things we gotta put together. But thank y'all so much for all of y'all that jumped on tonight, man. Thank you so all of y'all that watch live. Thank you for all your comments. Thank you for the friends and family of Stephanie that jumped on here to let us know that you know supporting her. And thank you for all the people that be watching each and every week, man. And y'all show y'all support by commenting and helping us go up by just letting the people know that y'all paying attention to the story. Definitely shout out to the crew, Kev, Meek, shout out to y'all.
Yeah,
Definitely
shout
appreciate
out.
y'all coming up each and every week and helping me with do these things because it's tough, man. A lot of these stories be really tough, y'all. It's not easy to do these stories, and I know a lot of people they think that it's easy what we do, y'all. They think it's easy because it's something that they think everybody do, and it's not, y'all. It's not easy to be able to have be able to, walk somebody through a story that's dealing with something that has to deal with tragedy or even dealing with something that has to do with pain. It's hard to do that, man. And then you can't be personal either. Like, it's hard. We had to stop ourselves a few times tonight for not saying something that we wanted to say. I know Kev, and Meek, you too. It's very hard not to be personal when you're trying to help a person walk through their story because it's not about me personally. But thank y'all anyway, and we really appreciate y'all. Oh, there go John. John jumped on. He was watching us on the live, so he's on. He's in Louisiana right now. And he's dealing with a land dispute, and it's a really big deal. It's a really big deal. It's something that once the details come out, I hope that each and every one of y'all pay attention to, because some of y'all right now, especially living in the South, is paying rent on land that your family owns, and you don't even know it.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna figure this out. Um, yeah. So until next week, y'all know what to do, man. Y'all stay fly out there and just remember, if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will. All right. Until next time, I'm your boy Rod One. This is Spark